So, after a day off, back at the grind. Here today, that the NRA has been deemed a terrorist organization by San Francisco. And apparently this is supposed to count for us all. Like, we're all supposed to think that the NRA is a terrorist organization because San Francisco says so. Courts have ruled that fuck you. You can have this count for your little fucking shithole city, but the rest of the country is not going to acknowledge that the NRA is a terrorist organization. They decided to do this so as to blame them for all of the mass shootings. We've had this discussion before, and I'm going to start where we left off last time. Murderers. Murdering people. On any given day where a mass shooter kills 20 people, across the country, 3 to 4 times that amount of people will be killed by gun violence in the same day. It'll be done by all different various manner of guns. They'll have all different magazine capacities. They'll have all different capabilities, such as automatic, semi-automatic. Some of them will be rifles. Some of them will be pistols. Some of them will be shotguns. Some of them will be automatic. Probably most of them will not be. It's murderers murdering people. And yeah, you hear about the guy that kills 20 people. And you don't hear about the guy that only shoots 3. Maybe 2. Right? It's murderers murdering people. How long has this been a problem exactly? And now the NRA is terrorists. The NRA is an organization, love them or hate them, that is still trying to do its best to protect our Second Amendment right. Like, that's supposed to be their goal. Right? Their goal is to uphold the Second Amendment. Right? So, like, for them, victory is the continuation of the upholding of the Second Amendment. And loss would be having the Second Amendment stripped from the Constitution. Right? Like, that's the game they're playing. We win, we keep the Second Amendment. We lose when we lose it. Right? So, they've kept it going strong for a good long time. Right? And the problem isn't guns. Because people kill people with knives too. I remember there was this marathon once in Boston. A lot of people died. As far as I am aware, no guns were fired until much later that night. So, it's murderers. What they do is they murder people. Oftentimes, you don't know that they're murderers until they start murdering people. And then you go, oh shit, didn't know that guy was a murderer. But yeah, it's how it happens. We don't know people have killed people generally until they, get caught. Some guys go out big. All in one big shebang-a-bang. But that doesn't make them any different than any other person who's a murderer. We're just talking numbers at that point. You let most murderers out and say, all right, we're going to set you back to, status quo. We're going to pretend like we don't know it's you. You go ahead, do what you want to do. Most likely they'll murder people again. There are times where it happens in cases where you go, that guy's not a murderer. He defended himself. Or that guy's not a murderer. It was a bar fight that went too far. Or that person's not a murderer. You have those situations. Yes, I acknowledge that not everybody who murders somebody is therefore a murderer in the sense that I'm talking. But the type of person who gets together armor and a gun and goes and shoots up a club or a Walmart or a movie theater or a school or a concert or anywhere else, the people that do that, they're murderers. We're not splitting hairs here, are we? Please don't give me comments wherein we question the validity of my fucking opinions because I say murderers. Sometimes people, yeah, I fucking know. See, I get I don't know. This shit works into me. Anybody remember, anybody watch Big Bang Theory? Remember the scene where Sheldon was trying to teach Penny physics and she wasn't getting it, and she started crying, and he said, "Why are you crying?" And she said, "I'm crying because I'm stupid." And he said, "Oh, don't cry because you're stupid." He's like, "Cry because I cry because other people are stupid." And I'm like, that dude, that's me. so often. Please don't do that shit. Anyways, it's murderers. These people are sick. They're not well in the head. And I just watched 2 seasons of a TV show where guys were trying to figure out how to profile them and to narrow the field of catching them. But nobody's... I don't remember the unit that was devised to try and figure out how to stop serial killers from being serial killers. You just kind of caught on when you caught on that it was a serial killer, and you did your best to find him as fast as possible. But yeah, I get it. I get the impotent feeling of having fuck all you can do about it. Nobody knows that some dude's going to pop off and kill 20 people until they do. Everybody sees signs here and there, but I see it a lot in my comment section. But I don't really think any of you are going to actually do some of the things that you threaten to do. I think you're just being hyperbolic because whatever, that's what you feel you need to do to get a reaction from me. And okay, it's always disturbing to me when I see that kind of shit these days, because I do so much reporting on this dumb shit. You see signs and they're out there, but we're gonna start doing that? Really? It's murderers murdering people. The NRA supports law-abiding citizens possessing guns for recreation, hunting, etc. They don't support non-law-abiding citizens possessing guns. Period. Doing anything with them. They don't support non-law-abiding citizens to have guns. That's it. And they don't support, as far as I am aware, law-abiding citizens using their guns to kill as many people as they can and as soft a target as they can pick. I've never really read that anywhere in their promotional material. And so I don't know. They're a group that supports law-abiding citizens possessing weaponry in a law-abiding and responsible manner. And they're a terrorist organization now. This is full on the most moronic people that they could possibly gather together in one room in San Francisco. And they said, what do we do about mass shootings? And these people said, well, what we could do is blame it all on the NRA. We'll name them a terrorist organization that's supporting these things happening because they want people to continue to have guns. Because crazy criminal people who are just fucking murderers go out and murder a whole lot of people. So we're just going to blame them. That'll fix it. Man. It's been a frustrating day. It's been a fucking frustrating day. I heard this shit going into work. And then today, I had to fire my doctor today. That sucked. So, I had to fire my doctor today. I'm a little pissed about that. Now I have to find a new doctor. Start the process all over again. Yay! So, it's been a frustrating ass fucking day. I had to tell work that I had to fire my doctor, and she said, well, I'm going to have you fill out, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I'll get a new doctor, I'll start over again. And she's like, alright, well, just let me know. And I'm like, so, it's been a fucking frustrating ass day. That's really all you know those days where just nothing goes the way you want it to? You know what I mean? You have days where everything goes smooth and you barely even notice those days because nothing goes wrong and you just kind of go, eh. And if everything works out the way it's supposed to, you don't notice. You're not supposed to if everything works out the way it's supposed to. You have days where everything works great. And everything's above and beyond expectation. I'm not even talking about those days. I'm not talking about really good days. No, I'm talking about your basic fucking average day where just everything goes right. Alright? Today was so far from that. Oh my god. Everything just went wrong. But not so bad. Not so bad as to be a devastatingly bad day. It's just nothing at all went the way that it just should naturally go. You know what I mean? It was just a frustrating ass fucking day. Nothing went right. But not so bad that it was totally fucked. It just didn't go right. Just nothing. Yeah. The NRA is a terrorist organization. Clown world, man. This is the problem with it. It's when you say it out loud, you go, what in the fuck? But is anybody really surprised? When you really think about it, honestly, it was a matter of time. The move doesn't surprise me. What it is that surprised me. I was kind of like, wow, that's what they did. But I knew they were going to do something. Last month was a really bad month. like 2 in one weekend, and rounded out the month with another couple. Like, dude, it was a really bad fucking month. And this month ain't going fantastic either. Right? Didn't the fucking dude that was just driving down the road shooting people, wasn't he like last week or some shit? Man, they're all starting to blur together at this point. But at the end of the day, the murderers murdering people. That guy was a guy that got a traffic stop for like not using a signal or some shit like that. Dude stopped him and shot the cop and then just started shooting more fucking people as he's going down the road or some shit. I'm tired. Like nowadays, I don't want to talk about it anymore. So I try my best not to pay attention to it. I'm not turning a blind eye to it. I realize that murderers murder people, but I also realize that there's nothing that can be done, and it's very sad to hear about. And it's all anybody wants to talk about for days after it happens. And all anybody wants to do is blame everybody and everything they possibly can except murderers that just sometimes murder people. So I'm done. I'm done with it. But like this kind of shit, man. This kind of shit is what keeps it fresh in my mind. Yay.